Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, your place for news and gameplay. Some good, some bad, and let's be honest, likely some rage and tilting. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. Today's episode, taking a look at some test server action. Specifically, there's two new modules we're looking at. One is called the Accelerator, and the other is called the Fortifier. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to run a few custom games, just look at the modules and how they interact and what they do, and then I'm going to get into some actual gameplay. So to start with, we're going to be running the Accelerator on a Loki. But first, to do a test here, I'm going to run the Loki in a custom game without any of the new modules and no pilot skills. If you look at this pilot I have here, it's just a level 1 pilot with no skills on it whatsoever. So let's just go into a custom game here, and we'll choose a beacon squad. Sorry, not a beacon rush, and we will see what we can come up with it here. So just choose Shenzhen, and let's just see how quickly the Loki is in its current state without any of the new modules or the pilot skills. So select the Loki here, drop in, and let's see how fast it takes us to rush to center and grab the center beacon. Just wait for the countdown here. And here we go, activate the ability into fast rush mode. Go straight to center here. And now that we're finding the center beacon, let's just look at the time here and see how long it takes until it's captured. So we're looking at approximately 18 seconds to get here. So let's leave the battle. And then what we're going to do is, once we get back in the hangar here, we're going to set up the Loki again. This time we're going to put on the 3 accelerators on it. So let's just change them up here. Let's go to the store, put on one of the accelerators. I'm going to choose a second accelerator. And finally, we're going to put on the 3rd accelerator here. Let's just go over here. And let's actually go back for a second here and just look at the details of the accelerator so you understand what it's going to be done. So we look at the details of the accelerator. It's 10% increased movement speed. Now this is level 1. I don't know if this module is going to have any levels to it or not. We're just seems to be getting 10% right off the board. We don't have to level it up at all. So we'll see in this live server if it's actually reduced, and then you have to level up to get the 10%. So that's 10% per module, so times 3, that's an additional 30% speed on the Loki. So let's go in our custom game mode here. Again, Beacon Rush, and choosing Shenzhen. And let's go in here, we'll fight. And see where we come up with here. So remember, it was approximately 18 seconds, bordering on 19 seconds the last time. So again, we're dropping for the Loki, and let's just see how much of a difference this additional speed increase is. So remember, we have 3 of them on this spot, so it's an additional 30% on Loki, and Loki's already a fast spot. Holy crap, this thing moves. Wow. We're already in here capturing the beacon. So we've gone from about 18 to 19 seconds to 12 to 13 seconds to grab this beacon. So that's an increase of approximately 6 seconds to get here. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But we're doing the test, so might as well go in here and let's add the pilot skills on. I have a pilot already set up here to increase the speed a little bit. Some of the speed skills on this is actually dependent on either the enemy, I think it's the enemy holding beacons, but I do have the regular speed boost on here. So yeah, Loki has increased speed of 6.5%, so it should give us a little bit more speed, but I don't have the full speed as it would be if the enemy team had actually have 3 or more beacons. As you can see in the second one, the Adamant Roadhog. So let's go back and do another custom game and see how much of a difference it happens to make, if any at all. So just like the last time, we'll go into a custom game here, choosing Beacon Rush and choosing Shenzhen. And let's go into the battle and see how much of a difference this makes. So we've gone from 18 to 19 seconds to 12 to 13 seconds. And let's see if the additional 6.5% makes much of a difference on top of it. Just waiting here for the countdown. and then we're going to rush to center. Alright, activating special ability, and we're rushing to center. It's kind of hard to tell just off the top here, but I do think we got to the center here about 1 second faster. So yeah, so it would still look like approximately 12 to 13 seconds. It was hard to tell. I do think we got there just a little bit faster, but not too much. Anyway, so that was the Loki running the Accelerator. Now there's one more module we have in the test server, and it's called the Fortifier. So the best thing to do is to run it on a Bulwark. So we're going to do the same test here. I'm taking my current pilot off the Bulwark. I'm going to put the other pilot on that I used previously for the Loki, so that it doesn't have absolutely any skills whatsoever on it. And we're just going to run a plain Jane Bulwark, and we're going to go into it and see what it does. Now the Fortifier, what it does is it increases the durability for a shield, your shield, whether it's physical or energy shields, and it also increases the regeneration rate of those shields. So in here, well, all we're going to do is we're just going to drop in, and we're going to look at the difference for the durability of the Aegis shield for the Bulwark, just so you can see how much of a difference it makes in the HP for this shield itself. So as we're dropping in, again on Shenzhen, we're just going to let it count down here so we can see the total for the HP on the energy shield. So if you look here, it's 89,000 HP on the energy shield itself. Okay, so let's try to remember that we got 89,000, and we're going to leave the match here. And we're going to go back, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add on to the Bulwark the 3 Fortifier modules here. So we go over to the store and look at the Fortifier. We're going to add on 3 of them instead of having the armor kits. And finally the last one. Alright, so if you look at the details of the Fortifier, it's 18% shield regeneration, 18% strength to energy shields, and 18% strength to the physical shields. And that's 1. So times that by 3, you're looking at 54% overall. So let's see how much of an increase it actually does to just only the durability of the energy shield. And like the Accelerator, on the test server anyways, we have the 18% as level 1. So when we go to the live server, I don't know if it's going to be reduced. You're going to have to level up that module. It's hard to tell. I don't know what their plans are. Anyways, so again, we're here in Beacon Rush Shenzhen. We're just going to wait here. And let's look at the HP on the energy shield. Remember previously it was 89,000. Now we're at 137,000 HP on energy shield. Almost as much HP as the Bulwark has without it. That is absolutely nuts. But we're not done yet. Let's go in and add a fully maxed pilot back to the Bulwark that has durability increases. Durability on its HP and durability on the Aegis shield itself. So there we go. We've assigned the pilot. Let's look at the skills. We see the physical shield has been increased, it has increased durability, and the energy shield has increased capacity. So I've done everything on here to increase its capacity. So anyways, let's go back, and we're going to run one more custom game, and we're going to go in and just see what kind of effect that has overall. Let's just go to change their map back to Beacon Rush and Shenzhen. That's what we've been doing all the rest of the tests. This will be the last test before I drop into an actual game for you to look at. But before I go into the game, I will show you my hangar of what I'm going to run. So here we go. Back into the custom game, dropping with the Bulwark. And so remember, the first test was 89,000 for the Aegis shield, and the second test was 137,060, if you want to be exact. And now we're at 150,410 with a durability of 163,900. This is going to be absolutely insane. We'll see how it holds up into the test server, but I think the test server is going to be a complete mess with all this stuff going in. Anyways, so that is the custom games I set up here. Now let's go and quickly look at my hangar, and we'll get into some gameplay. So I am running the Loki with the 3 accelerators with my maxed out pilot, as I had shown you in the custom gameplay footage. So quickly, if you look at my pilot here, you'll see I have the standard increasing speed as much as I can, weapon damage, and repairing a portion of its durability each second. And if I go into the bulwark, running 3 of the Fortifiers, see how that works, and run with the advanced repair unit, running 2 Avengers. So here's the advanced repair unit. And for the pilot itself, I've done as much as I can with increasing its durability, as well as a little bit of weapon damage increasing. The shield will recharge faster as well, along with the Fortifier module. And with the Ares here, we have 1 accelerator and 2 thermonuclear reactors running Crone and Marquess, and the standard increasing weapon damage, increasing ability damage, increasing speed, and repairing a little bit over time. So if we go back, we'll look at my next one. It's running the Blitz, running anti-control last stand accelerator with shredders and quantum radar. And if we look at the pilot on the Blitz here, we will see that it's against a lot of the standard stuff. I've put in a lot of the items to try to increase durability and its speed. So I want to end this weapon damage. I am trying to use as a kind of an ambush spot. And finally, just threw in the Spectre Vortex, running 3 thermonuclear reactors with its death mark. And the pilot itself, I did as much as I can for just increasing weapon damage. And I added in the repairing a portion of maximum durability each second. So with that being said, that's the hangar I'm going to be running. So let's now just take this and get into game and see what happens. So with any further ado, let's get into the action. Alright, here we go. We're in a domination match. And let's start with the Blitz, I think, this time. Kind of want to save my Loki a little bit. See if in the end I even need to run around and grab beacons quickly. But I just imagine this is going to be absolute chaos. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a whole bunch of Lokis running, the 3 accelerators all running around all over the field. So here we go, and speaking of Loki, I can see one running right there. You see how fast he's running? That is going to be absolutely insane to try to catch and deal damage to. He's going to come around here. I have quantum radar, but I will not be able to do enough damage to him. And he's going to run out of my... He runs so fast that you can't keep him in a line of sight. And see, now all of a sudden he's in stealth again, and I can't hit him. I already see a huge problem with this. It's absolutely insane. Even if you have quantum radar, unless you have something like Scourge that you can lock on and follow the target easily, you won't be able to kill a Loki at all, period. Loki's already such a bad troll bot that now it's going to be basically, instead of calling this game War Robots, it should be called Troll Bots. It's honestly becoming a bit of a joke, I think. But anyways, I'm in my Loki now. Let's see if I can do a little bit of damage. We have 4 beacons, but I have a funny feeling that's not going to last. So see what this bot's in. Oh, it's an Aojun. See, he's going to go into his flight mode. And you just watch. This guy is going to try to run, and he's going to go into flight mode here. He's going to go up. He's in his last stand. And he's probably going to go up behind cover. I'm just preparing myself here. I'm in my fast mode, and I'm just going to rush him. When he lands, I'm going to rush him and basically shoot him in his ass. Here he goes. See, he's backing up. I'm not engaging yet. I'm going to get right up in his face. He can't hit me, and now I'm just going to take him out. The speed in this bot with those 3 accelerators is just absolutely nuts. I don't know how else to say it. This is horrible. Look at how fast this thing is going. And look, there's another Loki right there. I'm going to try... Oh, sorry about that. I've been having issues with my Wi-Fi and data roaming. I've been trying to do both. But it's unfortunately, I didn't turn off my notification there. Apologize for that. Anyways, getting back to the game here. Let's see if I can get this Greek bot here. If I can just run right around into his shield. Or get a Greek bot. There's at least 2 of them here. There's a Butch there on the left-hand side, too. Let's pick a target and go at him. Here we go. See if I can, how I can do here. I got him locked down. Depends if he has last stand, so I'll probably die here because I don't have last stand on this bot. So yeah, so there's the 2 Greek bots sitting in there. And yeah, the tides are turning now. We're starting to lose some of the beacons. So we'll bring in the bulwark and see how I can brawl with this thing. So what's over here? It has a shield. Don't know what it is. Could be Fenrir, could be a Blitz, could be a bulwark as well. So here comes the Hades at me. I'm taking, you see, I'm just eating all the damage. Look at how fast my shield was repairing until I hit the button again. Watch, look at how fast my shield regenerates. That is nuts. Would it take about 5 seconds for that shield to fully regenerate? Wow. This is I don't know what else to say. This game has gone from a somewhat skill-based game to... Now, look at that Fenrir run. Holy crap. What the heck is... Pixonic, what are you doing? Wow. Look, the Fenrir is running as fast as the Loki is. Holy crap. Oh, this game, it seems, I'm sorry Pixonic, but you just keep making mistake after mistake. You have these modules with insane numbers. 10% speed boost, times 3, 18% shield duration, recharge, and durability, times 3, which is 54%, I think, if my math is correct, is absolutely insane. I know I'm saying insane a lot, but I have no other word for it, to be honest. I'll just keep doing some damage here. Anyways, getting back to the game. Still running my bulwark here. It's still has almost full health. The shield is full. I've just engaged the shield again. See if I can maybe take this beacon. Okay, somebody's jumping in here. It's my teammate. I'm never sure about the status symbol above a player when they're in stealth. Because I know in previous test servers it would be blue, even though it was an enemy teammate. I mean an enemy. So I think they fixed it now on the test server, but previously you didn't know when somebody was in stealth it was actually a teammate or not. Anyways, I'm just shooting at this Raijin here. I'm just trying to get rid of his shield if I can. See if I can back up here and cap this beacon. I don't know. I guess he doesn't want me to cap the beacon, but it's not that I'm trying to win. I just don't want them to get too many beacons and this game is over with quickly. Alright, so here we go. We have a bulwark against a Fenrir. And actually, I do not expect to win this one-on-one, even with all the boosts and stuff I have on this bot. It's just that what's going to kill me is the Avenger reload. I know it already. And he's counter-healing right now. And look, he's hardly taken any damage from me. And now I'm in the 10-second reload. And he has me point blank with those, with his Glory and Halo. I think Glory, Halo, Glowing Chrono. I think it's Corona. Anyways, I got my Fenrir's back, but I don't have last stand on this bot. I was just running the 3 Fortifier, so he had last stand on his. So let's drop in with the Ares and see if I can do some sniping. It's one of the reasons why I put the Mark West on this bot is I wanted to just try to lock somebody down at range and just snipe with them. And if I was within 500 meters range, I can use my built-in ability. I could do it here, but he's not locked down, and I don't want it. He's going to go around the corner. Okay, so he's locked down here. I might be able to get a little sliver of him. I won't be able to get the full damage, but I might as well try to do something. See, this is Fenrir I was running with earlier, and he's going to eventually go down, I think, here. Probably not to me, though. I have somebody on the right-hand side hitting me, and we all know the Ares has crap for health. So I'm without a shield, and I will die here. There's an invader coming in. So now all I have left is my Spectre, so... Of course, the Spectre is a really squishy bot, and I'm going to see if I can take him out while I took some of his HP down. So, let's see here. See if I can actually take him all the way down. Death mark him, and then hit. There we go. Perfect. Now, of course, there's a second invader here, and now I'm going to get roasted. He suppressed me here. Shoot. I should have waited longer. I thought it was going to wear off before then, but the game's over with anyways. So let's go quickly look at the tail of tapes, and then we'll summarize my final thoughts, which I think you all pretty much know it, considering my comments during the match. So looking at the thing, over 1 million damage, 5 kills, 4 beacons. Top of the heap for my team. Alright, so there we go. That's the game. So, for my final thoughts. I don't even know where to start, other than just saying, Pixonic, what are you thinking? Really? Seriously? Do you not think this would have been a bad idea from the beginning? I'm sure if you would have asked anybody who plays this game regularly, or even casually, would tell you of how bad of an idea this was. Putting an accelerator on a Loki, 10% increased speed, times 3, 30%, in combination now with pilot skills, which the vast majority of the community don't agree with anyways, makes something like the Loki an absolute terror on the field, and not in a good way. I mean, they run so fast that even if you have Quantum Radar, you can't keep them in target to be able to try to do any damage to them. What you need is some kind of a weapon that does a huge amount of damage quickly, because you only have about 5 seconds or so on a Quantum Radar to do damage, and they just go back in stealth. If they don't come out of it anyways to hit you, they just stay in stealth, and then they just run right by you. You can't hit them unless you have to be in something that is low enough to be able to hit them when you're on an even ground with them. And just because they run so fast, unless you have something like Scourge that won't miss, you're going to waste most of your ammo trying to hit them. And you saw in that game, there was a Fenrir with obviously 3 of the accelerators running as fast as the Loki had almost with them. I'm sure he probably also had some kind of increased speed skill on his bot, but still, these bots are created for a specific purpose. Tanks should be slow, and they have their purpose, but you should not basically make something like a Fenrir a dash bot. That is absolutely insane. It's stupid. I'm sorry to be completely this blunt, but this is how I roll. And I've been critical of Pixonic in the past. And I think the pilots could have been done a lot better. Actually, I don't think they should have pilots at all. They should have had a different feature. I've had a few ideas, but I'm not going to get into them in this video. These modules are a huge mistake. Most of the modules they've put in have been a huge mistake. Adding the anti-control, and since that it actually blocks all lockdown weapons and lockdown ammo module that you actually have to pay power cells for. No, this game is not just unbalanced, it's severely unbalanced. And unless Pixonic does a complete overhaul, this game will never be balanced. The Fortifier, I could see its potential uses, but not at 18%. That's just way too much. 18% times 3 actually makes something, if you put it on, say, a bulwark, where the Fortifier, it affects 3 areas. It affects your shield durability, your energy shield durability, your physical shield durability, and the recharge rate of your energy shield. So the bulwark has all 3 of those. So it makes sense to put something like that on a bulwark. Something like the Fenrir, you might be able to put on, but it doesn't. It doesn't have a physical shield. It has the energy shield, so you would get the bonus of the 2 of them, the regeneration rate as well as the increased durability. But you wouldn't get the additional bonus to a physical shield. Now, if you put it, for instance, on an Ancelot, which is running the Ancel shield, as well as it has its own physical shield, then again, it's a case where you could run all the Fortifiers, and they probably would be better to run the Fortifiers than they would be to run the heavy armor kits. Anyways, but I still think the Fortifiers at 18% is too much. The accelerators, I don't think should be in the game at all, period. Hands down, you should not be able to. You can already get increased speed with the pilot skills. That's enough. You need to have the segregation of the tanks being slow and the dash spots and lows, etc., being fast. Anyways, those are my thoughts. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. And sorry to get all riled up, but I really do think a lot of this is a mistake. So until next time, cause some mayhem in the field for me.